Hi everybody, I'm very glad to read or see that you wanted to see more of my cars. It makes me happy because I love my cars. And I'm gonna start off with, as you saw in my last video, I recently bought 2 Corvettes, and I think it's the right place to do the next video, to continue with those 2. So I'm gonna present them again, and with the first one, I have a lot of memories with Corvette C4 since I was a little kid. My dad had a lot of them, like 3 or 4, maybe more of them. And when I was very young, also had a Corvette that I drove with. I drove a Corvette even before I had a driving license. So in my older days, I wanted a very nice C4 again. And I had them under notice, or I don't know what it's called in English, but I looked for the right one for several years. And for some stupid reason, most of the times when I wanted a Corvette was in the autumn, just before winter, or even in the middle of the winter. Maybe because they were a bit cheaper then. But so now, this late summer, I found what I think is the perfect one. And the perfect one for me is one in mint condition. Even though I wanted to, even before I bought the car, because I had the plans of buying one for several years, I already had plans of changing the wheels, changing the exhaust, changing the stereo to the latest, most modern stereo. And I think that was it. Maybe BPU, basic performance upgrades. And I wanted an automatic transmission because I had a manual transmission before, and this car wasn't supposed to be a sports car. This car was supposed to be only a cruising car. I wanted something that was good looking and sounded nice, just cruising around. So this is a 1995 Polo Green. I think it's called Polo Green 2, and the color is called Polo Green because of Ralph Lauren and the whole Polo thing. They did some kind of collaboration by them. And we had 2 owners on it, one in the States for 18 years and one in here in Sweden for, I don't want to do the math, but I think 4 years, since it's a 95, or 3 years here in Sweden. And this car is in totally mint condition. There is nothing at all to complain about. Perfect mint condition. The paint is flawless. The emblems have been replaced, they are new. The car has always been in garage. The leather, even though the mileage is low, I don't know what, I can't really remember. Is it, what did he, I think it was about 6,000 metric miles. I'm gonna check later. But even though the mileage is low, the Corvettes have some kind of issue that the leather dries out and cracks. So this is a complete new leather interior. Pirelli P0 tires in the right dimension, which is really hard to find. I think actually it's only Pirelli P0 that makes the original Corvette dimension, which is 17 255/45 and 17 to 85/40. And as you can hear, I have this keyless go. So every time I go near the car, it opens automatically, and when I go away, it locks. So I got the car, still had plans of replacing the wheels and exhaust, etc. Yeah, all right, so mint condition Corvette C4, the perfect car for me to own. And then I figured maybe the car is too nice to replace the wheels, because I love these. I can't remember what they're called. Not turbo wheels, blender. I think they're called blender wheels. I love those, and the tires are brand new. The Bose stereo is actually good. It is. It's just that I wanted Bluetooth connection, but I fixed that, so I can show you that later. And everything is just perfect with the car. The performance is amazingly good. I think there's something not wrong with it, but something must have been done with it, because it goes like crazy. So before I go to the next car and why I bought another one in like 2 days or 1 day or something, I'm gonna show you the car in detail. So this car is I got a whole lot other view of the car when I bought the other one, because this car, the transmission works perfect. It kicks down whenever I want. The throttle is super sensitive. I can't even breathe on the gas pedal before the car jumps. So this 95, the last year for the Corvette C4 is 96. Most of the cars from 96 is with the LT4 engine that has 330 horsepower and manual transmission. But since I wanted the automatic transmission, the 95 was perfect. This car is perfect in every way. And the car, when I bought the other one, and I'm gonna go into detail why I bought another one, then I realized how good this car performs. And the transmission is flawless. I can't say it feels like a four-gear automatic transmission. It kicks down in whatever speed I go, whenever I want to. It upshifts very softly when I drive it easy. There is nothing at all to complain with. And the gas response is crazy. It's almost that it's hard to drive. It's so sensitive. I can only, if I use breathe on the gas pedal, the car jumps away. So it's kind of difficult to drive because of that. Of course, when you're used to it, there is no problem with. But I wouldn't let anybody drive it without me in the car. So yeah, just a perfect example of a Corvette C4 that I feel is, there must be more horsepower than the original 305, because it goes really well. And the gas per mileage, it's a bit more than the manual transmission ones. Well, I have a heavy right foot, so yeah, let's not go into that because the black one is just crazy with the gas, so everything is relative. But I think I'm done with this one now. Yeah, that's right. The reason why I bought another Corvette in like 1 or 2 days after I bought this one was because I thought that this car was too nice to do anything with. Everything is just perfect with this car. It's a perfect example, original example. And when I bought the car, I liked it a bit more than I thought I would, so my plans went haywire. So for me, it was easier to buy another one. And then we have the black one.